Hey all, Tony Bing here, hello and welcome back to the channel. Now today I will be running over some tips I've managed to pick up for the level 60 Deadpool raid. I'm not going to try and pronounce what it's actually called because no doubt I will get that wrong, but using these tips, the alliance I'm in, we've actually been able to 100% the raid on the two occasions that we have attempted it. Now there's quite a few things I'll run over here. The first one I would say is, even if you don't believe that your alliance can complete the raid to 100%, still run it daily. The reason for this is that you get a ton of milestone points. It appears that the vast majority of milestone points, since they reworked them and moved them from 130,000 to cap out to 1.3 million, come from special raids such as this. Do try and get them done daily. Now next up, in regards to the team and the rough power levels you'd be looking at to complete it, you're going to need at least 100,000k for your team, I would say. Now a very good team to use, and one that I use myself, is Yondu, Cap, Night Nurse. She is invaluable, Quake, and then finally you've got the option of Black Widow if you have her. If not, you can sub in Gamora, and she works really well there as well. Now when it comes to actually getting 100% completion for this raid, because that is the ultimate goal due to the rewards being much better, you will have to go outside the game and you'll have to use an external third-party app such as Discord or Line, and you will really have to have this running at the same time as you do the raids, so that way if anyone does mess up and they maybe jump in someone else's lane, then you can quickly ping them a message and alert them and get them to take over your lane instead. Now in regards to the lanes, this can actually be done with a minimum of 15 people. It really would be pretty tight. You would have to have some members that would actually have to spend some power cores in order to do it, but you can do it with 15 people, so you could be missing 9 alliance members and still be able to do this. So I'll bring up a map that I found on Discord. Now I don't know who created this, otherwise I would give credit, so if you actually created it yourself and you're watching this video, let me know and I'll give credit and I'll pin your post to the top of this. Now I'll also put a link to this image within the description of this video, so if you want to download it and put it on your own Discord server for example, you're able to do that. So you can see the 5 different colours anyway. Now there will be quite a large variety in the number of lanes and the difficulty depending on which colour you are assigned. So what you want to make sure you do is you want to assign your most powerful members to the hardest lanes. So firstly you've got the yellow and red lanes, and these are the hardest ones. These are on the outside, and the number of nodes that you would have to do at an absolute minimum on your own would be 9 nodes each. So that's a fair amount, and you will have to buy energy for about 2 to 3 nodes. You then have the purple node. This is the one on the right hand side here. This is the next up for difficulty. You only have to hit 6 nodes, but some of these can be really pretty difficult. You then have the green node. This is on the left hand side. This would be 7 nodes in total here, but they're not as difficult as the purple nodes. And then finally you've got the blue one, which you can use for newer members. One of the middle ones I believe is pretty hard with a defender setup, but you only have to run actually 4 of them there, and you start with 50 energy, so you actually start with enough to run 5 nodes. So even if you have to take 1 or 2 attempts to do this, you most certainly should be able to do that. Now that is how you would actually do it with 15 members, but ideally you would have more in your alliance. I think the most we've managed to get is 20 members at a push, so it is a real pity that 4 members have missed out, but it's simply a case of if we were to wait for 24 members on for this 2-hour window due to all the different time zones they're in, we wouldn't run it at all, and that's the reason I put out the poll last week. I'm really hoping Fox Next does actually reconsider how these work. But you've got 15 minimum. When you get any extra members that can actually join, what we do is we keep them in reserve. So we play for the raid for the first hour or so, and then we see any particular teams that may be struggling a little bit, and then from there we start to assign these reserve players to different lanes and get them to back up players. So with that strategy, as mentioned, we've ran 2 of them so far and we've managed to 100% both of them. The first one we had 10 minutes left. The next one was a bit tighter because we really didn't start off well, and we only had something like 2 minutes left, but we still did manage to do it. So just to summarise then, if you're in an alliance where you know you can't 100% this, do still run it. It's worth it for the milestone rewards, which will be tied into the tier 4 materials which we can get in time. The minimum team setup you're looking at, if you're looking for the 100% clear, is 100,000, and your team setup was Yondu, Cap, Night Nurse, Quake and either Gamora or Black Widow. And you will need to use an external app again, Discord or Line. And then finally we've got this map which I'm still showing at the moment, which is your 15 players minimum, but do make sure you get the players in reserve and make sure they don't jump in until they're needed. The reserve part is probably the most important part of running the 15 lane. You have backup for when anyone does mess up there or needs a bit of a hand. But I hope that has been helpful. If you follow the tips in this video, let me know if it's helped you out, let me know if you managed to get that elusive 100% clear. And as always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all again soon.